everybody, Johnny English here with Android ROM Report. Kind of doing something a little bit different today. This is an actual how-to video. How to flash your LG G2 on the Sprint network from a ZV8 to the ZVA update, which is the Spark-enabled update just recently released. If you live in a Spark-enabled area, you're supposed to be able to get incredible data speeds. And, of course, those of us will probably, well, if we ever receive Spark, it's going to be a long time down the road. But I've noticed a lot of ROMs are either talking about going over to the ZVA, and of course, the way it's set up right now, the ZV8 radio is compatible with all ROMs, but the ZVA radio is only compatible with ZVA ROMs. And there's only one right now that I noticed is Optimus DE. If you remember our review of the Optimus DE on the ZV8 update, and then now they switched over. 1.8 was the first ZVA ROM, and then they've already have 1.9, and I believe they're already talking about 2.0, and there's a couple other ROMs thinking about it, and then, of course, some AOSP ROMs. They're trying to figure out how to port that over, and just keep in mind, if you have the ZVA update, you cannot flash back to an AOSP ROM. You would have to go back, change your radio back to the ZV8, that's the number 8, before you can actually flash an AOSP ROM. Now, I put this, I'm doing this for the thread over the youdug started, and it is based off the stock ROM, the stock ZVA, the letter A, ZVA. I know it's tough to decipher what I'm saying here, but the ZVA, which is the Spark-enabled, we're going to do that. We're going to flash the stock ROM, stock-rooted ROM that he put up there. So, and then we'll, of course, put that in the thread. I'll put a link in the description to the thread, and then we might try, after I get that done, I might actually try the Optimus DE 1.8 or 2.0 by the time this all gets done. It might actually be 2.0. So let's go into system settings, and I might have problems. By the way, I'm filming this with a Galaxy Note 3 camera on 720p. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to work out. So far, so good. But I wanted to prove that we are on, as you can see there, ZV8. We are currently on ZV8 running the Team Derp ROM, which I like very much. We're gonna go into recovery. We're gonna use their reboot menu. If I can get, so I'm trying to do this. I'm basically doing this blind in a way, I guess you could say. We're gonna boot right into twerp, and I am running 2.6.3.3. Just so you know, that is the version. I've seen that it works on both 2.6.3.4 and 2.6.3.3. If you have 2.6.3.2, you must update to 3.3 or 3.4 in order for this to work. So we're going to go into the wipe menu. Well, first of all, I'm going to make sure, and this is what you should always do before you completely wipe your phone, make sure you have the files on your phone. If I can get this focused in, it's I'm having a hard time focusing. But anyway, the files are there. Trust me. They're there. Of course, this thing's going to start acting up and not focusing correctly. There we go. Again, I apologize for that. So we're going to go in. We're going to swipe to wipe the first part. We're going to go back. We're going to go into advanced. And we're going to go ahead and hit Dalvik, System, Data, and Cache. Do not check the internal, or you will regret that, I promise you. So those are the ones you want to check. Go ahead and swipe to wipe. And then once that's done, we're going to go back, and back again. Now we're going to go to install. And I got to kind of peek over my phone here, my Note 3. You can kind of see them. I got a ton of files on there. Some of them I need to get rid of. But first we're going to flash. Let's see. We're gonna flash. You know, let's just go ahead and flash the Optimus DE 1.8. So we chose that. I don't know if you can see it. See Optimus version 1.8. Again, having a hard time focusing on the letters and the numbers and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and flash that. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna flash the ROM. We're gonna go ahead and reboot after we flash this. And per the instructions, you must flash the ROM, reboot, go in, update your PRL, update your profile, and then once that's completed, we're going to boot back into recovery. We're going to flash the ZVA radio and the ROM before we reboot. We're not going to flash, we're just going to do that. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it boots into the ROM and we'll be just fine. So we're going to go ahead and let this flash. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's probably going to take a few minutes. So I'll probably end up splicing this video, and we'll come back to it as soon as we can. Okay, we are back. We have the 1.8, Optimus DE 1.8 is installed. And now we're going to reboot. Hopefully, it actually will boot. That's what we're hoping for. As long as it boots, so far, we're going to be okay. I think what a lot of people maybe are getting into problems with. Yep, there's the Optimus DE, and there's the beginning of it there. Boot animation. Hopefully this thing will boot all the way. We'll be good to go. And then I'll show you, we're going to go into PRL and profile. We're going to update those as per the instructions. And then we're going to go back. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You can set your name, whatever you want to set there. Oh, there we go. We actually have booted into Optimus DE 1.8. Everything's good to go there. So we're going to go into... we're going to go into System Settings. And down to System Updates. There's the, by the way, there's the little spark icon, I guess. That's special. I don't even know what this says. I guess I agree, whatever the hell that was. Sprint Connections Optimizer. I guess we have to go through all this crap. Okay. We're doing all that crap. Okay, we're going to... let's go back into System Settings. Because I need to do Wi-Fi. See that again. And, of course, hold on just a second. Here, I'll let you look at that while I'm doing this. I have to set up my... I just actually installed a new router. And now I'm trying to get the password right. By the way, if you've ever tried the Netgear Nighthawk router, it's pretty badass, actually. Gives me a lot better speed, a lot better connection for the entire house. Okay, so now we have Wi-Fi. We are on Wi-Fi now. So let's go back into System Settings. System Updates. We're going to update PRL. We're going to let that update for a second. Should just take a couple of seconds here. Now, if you want to go back and watch the video that I did for Optimus DE, and of course it was on the ZV8 update, and check out and see some of the features that they have, okay? PRL has been updated. Go to Profile. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm used to just clicking buttons. Zooming in, too, by the way, accidentally. Okay, we're updating that. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. I apologize for the video. Again, I'm trying to hold this camera before my arm falls off. Or trying not to drop it, the phone. This Note 3 gets kind of heavy if you're trying to hold it one-handed and film and hold another phone at the same time while you're filming. Okay, so now we're updated. Now we're going to boot back into recovery. And I don't know. No. Okay, I'm going to have to use Goo Manager to boot back in. So, again, we'll be right back. Once I get this straightened out, I need both hands to do this. Okay, we are booted into recovery, if you can see that. Or not booted into recovery, I'm sorry. We're in Goo Manager. I've got to, I don't know what the deal is. Why is it this isn't focusing right? Maybe we found a problem with the Note 3 camera. All right, reboot recovery. So we're going to now reboot into recovery. You have to give all your super user permissions all over again. Yeah, I don't know why this thing is not focusing. It's very odd. Actually, it was focusing just fine a second ago. And then all of a sudden, after I did the stupid zoom and back out, it's not doing. Okay. So we're going to wipe, advanced wipe. There we go. Now, as per the instructions, Dalvik cache, system, and cache. We're not going to wipe data this time. Again, this is per the instructions. Swipe to wipe. Okay, that's done. We're going to go back and back. And then we're going to install. Now let's go down and find the, there's the radio, ZVA, if you see that. We're going to flash that. As it's going through that, we're going to go back to home, install again. We're going to go to the ROM again. I'm going to find it in my mess of files. There's the ROM. Make sure it is Optimus. We're going to flash the ROM again. So this is obviously going to take a couple minutes like it did before, so we'll be right back. I'll splice the video and to keep you from having to sit through the entire thing. We'll be right back. Okay, we are done. Again, I don't know why this focus sucks. I don't know if it's the ROM that I'm on or what the deal is. Okay, so here we have the big drum roll. We're going to reboot the phone. Now all we can do is sit and hope that this thing actually boots and doesn't get caught in some kind of boot loop, or we don't lose our EFS partition. Even though I've got mine backed up, that's the first thing you should do when you get rooted and get your, it looks like it's booting up. We might have something here, folks. You can't see that. Oh. Starting apps is what it says. Well, looks like we've booted into a ROM. And let's go into about settings, or settings, and then about phone. Can you see that? There you have it, folks. We're on ZVA. We are officially on a ZVA ROM. We're officially Spark enabled, even though I don't have Spark in this area and probably won't for years. It took years to get 4G LTE. So there you have it. It's just that easy. I don't know why some of you are having issues. Maybe you're not following the entire directions, but if you follow the instructions, and that's what we did exactly as in the op, actually in youdug's op, and also Optimus DE's op, we did exactly what they told us to do, and we are now ZVA updated. So there you have it, folks. I'm Johnny English. This is Android ROM Report, another original. And please, by the way, go to the new channel, Android ROM Report, YouTube / Android ROM Report. Go over there and subscribe, because we're going to put all of our new videos are going to go up on that channel. I will probably put this on both channels, the old channel and the new channel. But please go and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with another ROM report. I'm sure Optimus DE 2.0, when Derp goes over to ZVA, if AOSP decides to get, when they ever get theirs switched over to ZVA, we got a ton of stuff to do here, folks. And we'll be back very soon. Thanks for all the likes and all that good stuff. We appreciate it.